Pieper Training Aids, simple and economical instrument training solution for instrument training in conventional aircraft. Are you working to obtain your instrument rating? Are you instrument rated but need to review holding patterns in inoperative instruments? Well, I have discovered two simple and inexpensive training aids to benefit any instrument pilot. Pieper Training Aids Holding Pattern Aid and Inoperative Instrument Aid are well worth a small investment. Both products use a static cling decal that can easily fit in your bag and can temporarily and quickly be stuck to a windscreen or other flat device. Hi, this is Carl Valeri, and I blog at expertaviator.com. I'm also a co-host of the Stuck Mic Avcast, and this is a video review of Pieper Training Aids, instrument training tools. One of the more difficult maneuvers to master during instrument training is the proper holding pattern entry. Pieper Training Aids has come up with a simple, in-cockpit training aid to help you visualize the entry and is a great tool for both students and instructors alike. Included in the holding pattern aid are two right-hand pattern and two left-hand pattern decals. Let's see how they work. First, turn direct to the holding fix. Second, overlay the right hand or left hand holding pattern aid on your directional gyro with the large arrow pointing toward the inbound heading of the hold. Third, look at the quadrant at the bottom of the holding pattern aid, which will indicate the entry procedure. There's another note though. If it's a teardrop entry, the teardrop entry line, TDEL, indicates the appropriate heading to turn to after crossing the fix to execute the teardrop entry. Let's look at an example. In this example, we are holding on the 160-degree radial. Once we are heading direct towards the VOR, we obtain the right-hand holding pattern aid. Then place the aid over the directional gyro with the arrowhead on the inbound course and the tail on the radial. In our example, we place the arrowhead on the 340 radial inbound and the tail will fall on the 160-degree radial. To determine the type of holding pattern, we look which quadrant the bottom of the DG is within. In this case, it's the teardrop entry. To aid us in entering the hold on a teardrop entry line labeled TDEL, it'll show the proper heading to fly. In this example, we are flying a heading of 130 degrees and then turn right to 340 for the inbound leg. Now let's see how it looks when we use it in the airplane with a few examples. Our first example. We are told to hold on a 300-degree radial. We turn towards the holding fix on a heading of 180. Next, we take the holding pattern aid, place it on the directional gyro, or DG, with the arrow pointing towards the inbound heading of 120 degrees. To confirm we have the correct inbound heading, look at the tail and make sure it points to 300 degrees, which is the radial we're holding on. Since Air Traffic Controller, ATC, and pilots always talk about radials from a holding fix, I found it was easier for me to start with placing the tail on the radial first, then confirming the inbound heading. Continuing on with our example, the third step is to look at the bottom of the DG, or directional gyro, and see what quadrant we are in. We read direct off the training aid, and our initial turn will be to the right towards a 300 heading. In the center of the training aid, the holding pattern is depicted, helping us to confirm this is a direct entry. Some of us are used to the thumb method and can try to confirm our analysis by placing our right thumb on the DG and seeing that we're in the direct quadrant. If you don't use the thumb method, there'll be another video depicting this. Example 2. We wish to hold on the 210 radial with right-hand turns. We are continuing towards our fix on a 180-degree heading and place the arrowhead on the reciprocal of 210, which is 030 heading. We then look down at the bottom of the DG and notice the entry is a teardrop. This also can be seen by visualizing the entry on the holding pattern drawn on the center of the training aid. The teardrop entry leg, or TDEL, is a great tool in determining the proper heading to turn to when entering the hold. In our example, we need to turn towards the 180 heading, which is depicted by viewing the teardrop entry line, or TDEL. Example 3. We are told to hold on the 160 degree radial left turns. Remove the holding pattern aid for left-hand patterns and place the large arrow on the inbound course of 340 and the tail on the 160 radial. We simply look down and see the entry is a teardrop with a 190 heading after we cross the fix. Again, simple and easy to use. Another great tool manufactured by Pieper Training Aids is the Inop sticker. The wonderful thing about this tool is simply stick it on the inoperative instrument, such as the attitude indicator, and you will instantaneously have the instrument covered. Since it uses static cling, you'll no longer have to wet the back of the sticker or whatever other device you're used to using in the older Inop training devices. When you want to remove the device, simply pull it off the instrument and stick it to the windscreen or other smooth flat surface. When you are ready to use it again, peel it off the flat surface and place it over the instrument you want to cover up and simulate being inoperative. After using Pieper Training Aids in the airplane, we wanted to see if there was any other applications like in the simulator. I found the tool helpful as an aid in the simulator while teaching holding pattern entries. The Inop sticker was not quite as useful since training aids usually can simulate failures more realistically. In summary, I'd recommend the Pieper Training Aids holding pattern aid and the Inop stickers, because they're easy to use, low cost, and are a great training tool. To find out more about Pieper Training Aids, go to piepertrainingaids.com. Thanks for listening. Again, this is Carl Valeri with expertaviator.com. You can find links to the product and more information on my website at expertaviator.com. I hope you've enjoyed this, and safe flying.